Hey, Tom here, Flip Anything USA. Today I'm going to talk about my first wholesale deal I did back in 1984. Made $20,000. Listen, possibilities are endless for making money in real estate, and wholesaling is it's just one of 100 ways of making money. So this was a hardware store. This is in Lancaster, California on Yucca Avenue. You know, the way I found out about this deal was simply I went to the hardware store and they were closed. They didn't have anything. And so I started asking and said, oh no, they went bankrupt. That's interesting. So I'm like, how do I get a hold of these people? How can I figure out how to buy this thing, right? I was only 22 years old back in 1984, but I'd already done several real estate deals and I was kind of well on my way. So I took the extra efforts to find these people, talk to the neighbors. I talked to other people that I knew him. There was actually a carpet store down the street here, and I talked to that guy. I found out that these guys were living basically in a travel trailer way out in the desert, out in a place called Del Sur. So I'm going to show you the efforts that I went to. Yeah, here it is. See out here? Look at Del Sur. So out here, I found out that they were staying in a travel trailer. And believe me, this took, probably a week for me to get a hold of or find out somebody that kind of knew and got this clue. You got to be a detective sometimes. But you can make a lot of money if you act like a detective when you're trying to search down the people that own properties. So I get out there, talk to them, and they said, yeah, Tom, we're done. We're done. Well, what I found out is that they had owner financing in place. The people that had sold to them, God, I remember they were a big name, but they had owned a lot of property. So they said, Tom, you can have it. Well, I said, we'll take whatever you can get us. And I said, okay, how about I give you $5,000? I think it was $5,000. They said, that sounds good. So I put that in the contract. When I went I got a hold of the people that they owed the money to, and I made the deal to buy the property from them. Actually, I was buying it from him, but they were getting paid off. I added $5,000 so that he would get his piece. 22 years old and I don't have any credit. I don't have any money. But I didn't have enough to close this deal. This was going to be $170,000 in total, and I didn't have the money. So what did I do? I went to my old boss. I said, my old boss, he had money, he employed people. John, who was out here, who was a big builder, he had a huge shop out here. He's long been dead now, but he had a big, beautiful building and shop, and there was guys that were working wrought iron for slabs and different things, and other people cutting steel, I-beams and stuff. Had a big shop out here. So I got a hold of John, and I said, John, come on out here. You got to come see what I got. So John, nice guy that he was, and also an entrepreneur, he, thought he smelled some money here when I told him what I had. And so he came, and he met me over there at the hardware store. And I remember we had just walked around the building, and we came around to the back. Some of this has been added on. That wasn't there 35 years ago when I made this deal. But we were standing right about here in the alley. I said, John, well, what do you think? We can buy it for $170. I think we can sell it for, $220. It'll make $50,000. And he says, hey, Tommy, he said, this is a good deal. He said, but I don't want a partner. And I was kind of like, what? And he says, he goes, how about I buy it and I just give you a check for $20,000? And I was like, that's a fantastic idea. That's my first wholesale deal. You can make a fortune in real estate. And even if you're starting out and you don't have any money, you can still make a fortune in real estate. Look, wholesaling is very tough. And there's a way to do it right, okay? And most people don't do it right. Figure making $20,000 then is like making $60,000 today. And those are the kind of wholesale deals that you want to do if you're going to do a wholesale deal. But the main thing is get in between what somebody has and with what somebody wants. And that's where the money is. So anyways, that's my first wholesale deal. Hey, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You tune in here long enough. Look at some of the videos. Get in my mentorship if you can. But number one, get my book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. It's been a bestseller on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. It's a great place to start for $10 or $20.